Now available, let's take a tour of OpenEye's 2023.1 Apps and Toolkits release, including new features and enhancements. Starting from the new platform support that we added for both the applications and the toolkits, in this release, we've added support for Red Hat 9 and macOS 13. Toolkit support for Python 3.11 is also available, except on Windows. In this release, we've added advanced API functions to the OEChem toolkit for smarts query generation. The new API provides the ability to construct a custom smarts query from an input molecule with tunable options for selecting the level of search constraints. Now, in our Shape toolkit, we've added a new API to OE-overlay that returns a specified number of top-scoring overlay results instead of returning all the results of optimization. The new API expands the ability of Shape overlay to be performed on molecules with a large number of conformers of any size without limit and without stretching the memory limits of a machine. Furthermore, we've also extended the Flexible Overlay API in the Shape toolkit to work with Shape query objects. Flexible Overlay is an extension of the standard Shape overlay introduced about a year ago, in which intramolecular optimization of the fit molecule is allowed with the addition of a force field, along with the maximization of overlap with shape and color. In the Szybki toolkit, we've added new and simplified API for entropy calculations of ligands in solution, as well as ligands bound to a protein active site. The new API also extends the ability of bound and unbound ligand entropy calculations to be performed with FF14SB OpenFF force fields. Here, you're looking at a comparison of bound and unbound ligand entropy for about 160 ligands in a cycle-dependent kinase 2 inhibitor, estimated with FF14SB SAGE force field. As expected, you can see a loss of entropy for most of the ligands in going from an unbound to a bound state. PICTO is a 2D graphical tool used for visualizing, manipulating, and querying molecules. In this release, you can now input molecules in InChI form and see the InChI output for the sketched molecules. Additionally, you can now import and open files that contain multiple molecules. Note that PICTO queries molecules using smarts patterns, and in this release, your search can now include maximum common substructure and clique, in addition to the existing substructure search. Also included in this release, you can now highlight all matches in the sketched molecules of the query using a checkbox at the bottom of the smarts input field, with an additional inverse option to show all parts of the molecules that were not captured by the query. When inputting a query, red text will now denote an invalid smarts pattern. We've also added new depiction options in the View menu of the Sketcher, including aromatic display, aromatic models, and atomic labels. You can also elect to retain explicit hydrogens by checking the option below, allowing you to depict, manipulate, and query molecules with explicit hydrogens. Lastly, we've added an atom-to-atom mapping tool to the Sketcher's toolbar, giving you the ability to add or delete atom-to-atom mapping indices to or from atoms in a molecule. To learn more about the 2023.1 Apps and Toolkits release, visit docs.eyesopen.com.